Good afternoon. This is Winston Cunningham. It is June the 2nd, 2025. I want to talk about karma today. We instituted karma so that we would have a way to understand our own power in making decisions and what it produces. Karma gives us a way, gives us feedback on our own creations. And we are creators, we've inherited that. Until a person reaches spiritual adulthood, where they see karma as a learning opportunity, then that person will more than likely view karma as a type of punishment, because as things are, that's the way that the physical only thinking interprets or relates to the result of choice. And if there's a bad choice, then it feels like punishment when the experience is repeated. And I'm reminded here that if I'm reading something and I don't understand it, read it again. If I've just read it 100 times, maybe 101 will be the time that it settles in and begins an understanding. There's a difference. Karma, as a physical only thing, is the punishment. That's the seventh level only thinking that keeps a person in the same place. Or there's the adulthood way of viewing karma as something productive. So there's over and over again we see comparisons drawn between what it's like to be a spiritual adolescent and how it changes when we become spiritual adults, like taking responsibility for the choices that we've made. And when something needs to be repeated, now we can look at it like maybe this is just the process of refinement. And then once I have it refined and it's really turned into a learning from an experience, then becomes the practice. And that experience may still keep coming, but it'll have a different flavor because it's just related to the need to practice. And practice is what makes something become a part of the self. The practice. That's the number 6. And so, I'll just throw this in right now. There's 3 divisions of mind, and when I practice the number 6 in the conscious mind, and I've practiced in the subconscious mind, and finally when I practice in the superconscious mind, elevating my understanding to that level, then you add the 3 sixths together, which is 18. Add the 1 and the 8 together, this is 9, which is completion. And this is what the number 666 actually means. It means, another word would be becoming whole. Because we were made with wholeness. We were whole in the beginning. The wholeness is the I am. And I am is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So it's a continuous loop. I am needed experience, so I am is going full circle to learning about the self. And we created mind as the vehicle to do that. So karma is really a lovely concept. It gives us a way to judge our own thinking. And on the way to that, to understanding our own thinking, a big part of it is understanding the emotions. Now, on this talk, on this page, We Are Valuable Media, I did a talk about emotions. If you don't quite understand emotions, then listen to that, and it may give you a way to fill in some pieces and a way to practice understanding your emotions and beginning to use your emotions rather than have your emotions using you. Because when emotions are using you, that is the adolescent portion. When you are using your emotion, that becomes a spiritual adulthood. So the talk on emotions, I show you how to go from adolescence to adulthood in this one way, in dealing with the emotions. And just, I smoked cigarettes for many, many years. And the cause for that is the reluctance to deal with their emotions. So I've had to put a lot of attention into understanding emotions. And I did this talk because I now understand emotions. And obviously I didn't understand. So rather than dealing with an emotion, the substitute was a cigarette. And there may be other substitutes as well. But you'll find that addiction of any kind is a substitute for the real thing. To prevent having to deal with it in real terms as an adult. We want immediate satisfaction. That's more of an adolescent thing. As we become adults and spiritually, then we rise above the need for that instant gratification. And we begin to understand that everything is going to be gratifying once we understand it. And some understandings come very easily, some take a while. So I'm learning to use patience in new ways. Because everything is designed to work for our benefit. Unless we're insisting on the physical only or the instant gratification and physical only gratification. We get stuck there. So if releasing all of that and holding on to the possibility of the learning coming as a result of experience. So at this point in my life, I'm pretty relaxed about, there's things that I want to accomplish, but I don't have to be in a big hurry. So I'm relaxing, and as I relax, I'm beginning to enjoy pretty much everything. Pretty much everything. But I'm not anxious. In fact, one of my talks is on anxiety. It's easily fixed. But so many people are plagued with anxiety. Hear my talk on We Are Valuable Media about anxiety. It's easily fixed. And I'm glad I feel good about where I am, and I'm able to help people that are open to being helped. Not everyone is, because as long as a person has that conscious ego in front of them and hadn't figured out yet that it needs to be behind them, as Jesus said, "Get behind me, Satan," to push them forward. Until a person gets to that, they may be still caught up in the conscious ego, saying, "No, I don't need your help. I don't need anything. I got it all." And so the sense of pride. And I made some progress with that. And lately, I've been working with something new. I decided I would just start saying what's exactly on my mind, and whatever comes of it is what comes of it. And so I can see where people who are taking it at face value will sometimes get offended. So this gives me a way to observe and to observe other people's reactions and responses, which they represent a part of me, and also gives me a way to view myself and helps me to make adjustments. And so this is part of the involvement of the other people. And they may react to something that I say. And so that gives me a way to say, well, to see if I want to make an adjustment. Or did their reaction really serve a purpose of getting their attention? Which is part of what I do. I like to make people say, huh? Because if they say, huh, they walk away with a question. And the question is an important thing. Karma is our friend. Karma allows us to see the consequences and results and benefits of our actions or our decisions, which it is the intention behind each thing we do, not the thing itself. It's the intention behind it that sets into motion what we will experience. So in this experiment, I'm learning a lot about intention. And it's hard for anyone to come to an awareness of what their intention actually is, because they've been reacting in such a way as to satisfy the immediate environment or other people and so forth. And so with enough experience and enough just wear and tear, I begin to say, okay, I can do something about this. So here, this is benefit of karma. Karma is your friend. Karma gives us a way to see where we are by looking at what we've done. And so to gauge accurately what we've done, we can refine it into doing better. So I want to do better. So karma is my friend. Thank you.